Hey, Candace here. You're doing great. Let's get warmed up now. So it's time to learn the first right rule to play the social confidence game. So I want to ask you something. Are you stuck in the confidence gap? The confidence gap is that place we get stuck when fear gets in the way of our dreams and ambitions. You know you're stuck in the confidence gap if you believe something like this. I can't achieve my goals, perform at my peak, do the things I want to do, or behave like the person I want to be until I feel more confident. Does that resonate with you? Can you relate to that? Unfortunately, many self-help approaches feed into this way of thinking. However, you'll soon discover the more tightly you hold onto this belief, the more it will hold you back from creating the life you want. And I'll explain why this is in a moment, but first, I want you to reflect on Nelson Mandela's story, because I think it's a great example of closing the confidence gap. Now, as you probably know, Nelson Mandela risked his life over and over again opposing the brutally oppressive apartheid regime of South Africa in pursuit of a democratic and free society. He was captured and sentenced to 27 years in jail, the first 18 of which were served in the atrocious prison on Robben Island. Richard Stengel, the writer who helped Mandela with his autobiography, wrote an article titled Mandela, His 8 Lessons of Leadership. And in the article, Stengel describes how Mandela frequently felt afraid during his many years in prison. Mandela told Stengel, "Of course I was afraid. I can't pretend that I'm brave and that I can beat the whole world." But Mandela knew that if he wanted to be a great leader, and if he wanted to inspire his comrades in prison, he had to act courageously. When the other prisoners saw him walking through the grounds, holding himself proud and erect, their spirits soared. And as Stengel wrote, it gave them the hope to keep going. Now think back to what I said about the confidence gap, the belief that I have to feel confident before I can achieve my goals and do the things I want to do, behave like the person I want to be. Now just imagine that Mandela had played by this rule during his time in prison. Suppose he had waited until all his fear and uncertainty had disappeared before he took action. Would that have helped him become an inspirational leader? Mandela clearly knew how to play the confidence game. I have to feel confident before I do what matters is the granddaddy of all the wrong rules. And we'll cover more of these wrong rules in this program. But this is the most prominent one, which is why I wanted to bring it up first. The more you play by that rule, the worse the results. So you might be wondering, well, what's so problematic about this rule? Well, the trouble is if you wait for the feelings of confidence, if you wait for the feelings of confidence to show up before you start doing the things that you are truly meant to do, that are truly important to you, chances are you're going to be waiting forever. Those feelings aren't going to magically appear out of thin air. Sure, you may be able to cultivate them once in a while by reading an inspiring book, listening to a motivational CD, or maybe when a therapist says something that boosts your confidence. But those feelings don't last. Once you get into the real situation, they vanish like a puff of smoke. If we wait to do anything with confidence, speak, socialize, network, then we have to do the work. We have to practice the necessary skills over and over until they become natural for us. Each time you practice these skills, it's an action of confidence. And once you have taken action over and over, so that you have the skills to get the results you want, then you'll start to notice the feelings of confidence. Alright, so this brings us to the first right rule of the social confidence game. And that is, the actions of confidence come first. The The feelings of confidence come later. The actions of confidence come first. The feelings of confidence come later. Now, it's not easy. I mean, you may have thoughts come up like, it's too hard, I'm too busy, I'm too anxious, I can't do it. These are perfectly normal thoughts that virtually all of us have at times. And I'm going to teach you a new way of responding to them, a way to take all the power out of them so that no matter how negative the stuff your mind is telling you, you can still take action to do what truly matters to you. For now, I want you to remember and write down the first rule. The actions of confidence come first. The feelings of confidence come later. In the next video, you'll learn why we lack social confidence in the first place and what you can do about it. So head on over to the next video now. I'll see you there.